What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for The Oval on BET. This is season 3, episode 9, and the episode was titled Checkmate, you guys. So, before we go ahead and get into the review, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel and you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel, then what I'm gonna need you guys to do is do me a big solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. Do me that big favor and hit that subscribe button. Turn your notifications on, share the video, and you guys, with that out the way, without further ado, let us go ahead and discuss The Oval on BET. So next week is going to be the mid-season finale. And I think I gave you guys the wrong episode number. Let's just take a look and see. So this is actually episode 10. So let's go ahead and talk about it, shall we? All right, you guys. So this episode, we open up and we pick back up where we left off last week. You guys remember that Kyle and Donald had went up to the, attic where Lily was, right? They're wanting Lily to give them the information about Bobby, how Bobby got into the White House and how Bobby got out of the White House, right? So you remember that Donald, gave Kyle the order to attack Lily, and that is what he did. He went and whopped her, around. She gave it to him for a little bit, but Kyle eventually, was a little victorious, and he was able to handcuff her to a chair, right? So then they're talking to her and they're asking her, tell us what you know. She says she doesn't know anything, right? But then, Donald was like, okay, that's fine. Kyle, get the water. I was like, get the water? Okay. So she was like, okay, no, Donald, I don't talk to you. Donald's like, nope, you had your chance and you didn't take it. So now we're going to do things the hard way, right? So Donald is getting ready to leave for work. He says, Kyle, come here, baby. Give me a kiss. And Kyle gives him a kiss, right? And I was like, oh, okay, Donald, that's what we're doing. Cool. So that just leaves Kyle and Lily, right? So as, Donald is getting ready to leave out the house, he gets a phone call from Alan. So Alan is calling him saying that the vice president, whose name I believe is Eli, wants to meet with him, the president, and the first lady, right? So then Donald notices that there's something in, Alan's voice. So he says, like, what's going on? And Alan tells him that, Ellie is unlived at this point, right? Okay. Yeah, okay. So then we're going to move back up to the attic where Lily is with Kyle, right? So Lily, actually Kyle at one point, he got the water, covered her face and just drenched her in it, right? So he questions her. She tells him, well, they're on the run. He says, that I know. She says, and they know that you killed Diane. He says, I didn't do anything like that, right? So then he says, what was he doing to the White House for? She said he went there to get more intel. So then he asked her, how did he get out of the White House? She said, I don't know, which we all know that is the truth, that she doesn't know how he got out of the White House, that it is the vice president that got him out of the White House, right? So he says, wrong answer. So, he goes and gets that water once again, and he's going to drench Lily in the water. So we're going to pause here, and we're going to move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So next up, we see Bobby and Max. Now, you guys remember in the last episode that Vice President Eli went to meet with Bobby and Max. You guys know he wants them to be a part of his detail once he reveals to Hunter his plans. And we'll talk about that a little later in the episode review. So Bobby and Max, like I said, they're getting ready to go, but Bobby is talking about the fact that he hasn't heard from Lily, so he's a little bit worried and he wants to go over there. And Max is telling him, you don't have enough time to go over to the house. He says, yes, I do. It's about 45 minutes, before they get here. So I have enough time to get there and back, right? So Max is like, okay, well, if you're going to go, I'm coming with you. So then we move over and we see Barry. So Barry is in his bed. It's the next morning, I'm assuming, right? So he's talking to Sharon. He's like, just go ahead and say it's Sharon. He's like, she took the damn money. And he's like, go ahead and say it's Sharon. She's like, what are you talking about, Barry? He says, tell me that it was stupid of me to have her here and she took the money. Well, I mean, you already said it, so there's nothing for me to say, right? So then he asks Sharon what's going on with her, right? And Sharon tells him, don't worry about it. Your father's going to take care of it. So then, they get into a little argument with each other. And suffice it to say, Sharon is just in her feelings about the fact that Barry was with another woman, and I'm kind of confused as to why she's upset. You've been shacked up with Kareem for episodes now. Now, I don't know how many days it is that you've been shacked up with Kareem, but you've been shacked up with Kareem for a few episodes. It may just be a day or two, but you've been shacked up with the man. So, Sharon, respectfully or disrespectfully, go to hell. So then do I want to keep going? Yeah, we'll keep going. So then we see Donald, right? So Donald went over to Alan's crib, right? And Alan is telling, Donald about, Ellie's untimely demise, right? So allegedly, Ellie was hit by a stray bullet from some gang violence that happened happened on the street, right? I was like, okay. One stray bullet. How is that possible? The apartment would be ransacked with bullet holes. But okay. Then, Donald says, yeah, it's gang activity. And Alan's like, no, it was not gang activity. It was the first lady. And Donald's like, oh my God, why would you say it was the first lady? So Alan says to Donald that it's the first lady because she wanted me to, abuse Ellie with a baseball bat. He says, why would she want you to do that? Because she's sleeping with the president. So then Donald says that he is, he works with the president every day and that is not something that he would do. I was like, huh? Because if I'm not mistaken, you guys can correct me in the comments section if I'm wrong. I know that Alan found out on his own about Ellie and Hunter. I know he found out about that because I do remember that Donald was keeping it a secret from him, right? But when Alan found out, he confronted him about it. Didn't he? He went to Donald at one point about the situation with Ellie and Hunter. Didn't he confirm it? I could be wrong, but I'm like, I'm almost positive he confirmed it. You know what, you guys, this ain't got nothing to do with me. We're gonna move forward, you guys. I tell you that, right? All right, you guys, so next up, let's talk about Sharon. So Sharon is getting ready to go to work. I'm like, girl, you have been through a lot in less than maybe 48 hours. You, Richard, and Dale got ran off the road by the Rackadoochies. You had a miscarriage. Then Hunter, you went literally after she had the miscarriage, you went back to work. That's when Kyle came into the pharmacy. You and Kyle got into the altercation with each other. He took you to the White House. Girl, you have been through a lot. Why are you going to work? But hey, she got up, because she told Barry, I got to pay my bills and my sister's bills. Well, tell your sister to get off of her ass and get a goddamn job, period. So she's telling Richard that, she can't stay there because she and Barry are not getting along, and she'll just go, she'll go stay with Kareem. Okay, I guess, girl, go do whatever you're gonna do, right? So then Barry comes in and Barry is telling them, she took the money. Barry, shut up, you're annoying me. And they were like, well, her and Ruth did come over asking us for help, so maybe that's what she took the money for. And if she did, good for her. Hopefully it'll help them get out of that situation. Okay. So, we see Victoria and Hunter. Victoria and Hunter are watching on the news as they are discussing Ellie's untimely demise, right? So, we find out that they have arrested some gang members in connection to Ellie's murder. I was like, are you serious? So y'all just arrested the whole entire gang for, it is one stray bullet. One bullet. One. I've been saying this for, I say this about every show that Tyler Perry has. He writes the police department as incompetent, bumbling idiots. If this is gang violence, you are going to have a bullet, the house, anything, because with gang violence, it's not like they just shooting one bullet at each other, right? It's not like they leaving just shooting one bullet into each other, right? They are literally spraying. So where are the sprayed bullets? Why is it just this one stray bullet? Like I know that now, I do know that with gang violence, and then when they shoot that, a stray bullet, it can hit. I'm not laughing. I'm coughing. I do know that when it comes to it, that a stray bullet can hit an innocent person. We see it all the time. But there are other things that have been hit in the crossfire. Whatever. So Donald eventually comes in, right? And Hunter is telling Donald she had something to do with it. Absolutely. So Hunter eventually leaves, leaving Donald and Victoria. In this scene, I absolutely did not like it, right? Because this scene reminded me so much of Veronica Harrington from The Haves and the Have-Nots, with the way that she would talk to Jeffrey, Madison, anybody. She called people girls. She, does that, yes, honey. Because Victoria's like, girl, what are you still doing here? I hate when people do that shit, and I hate when he writes that shit into these damn scripts. It's insulting. But Donald tells Victoria that, this was very sloppy, and they're going to know that the trajectory of that bullet didn't come from those gang members, that this was a sniper. I'm like, exactly. All they got to do is do an autopsy of Ellie. Match once again, the incompetence. It's like the incompetence of that murder, of Jean's murder and her boyfriend's murder. Like, how in the did Jean's boyfriend take her out, but then took himself out in the same breath? This man, so y'all saying that this man boomed himself, but he fell flat on the bed. That doesn't happen when someone unlives themselves, but go out, Tyler. And even with this, it's the gangs, right? When y'all, this is a murder, so y'all are gonna need all kind of evidence when you go to trial against these gang members, right? So you're gonna need to get the ballistics, and you're gonna need to check to see if the bullet from any of their guns matches the bullet that is in Ellie's body, which is not gonna match it, but okay. What the fuck ever, right? Whatever, I don't care. We're gonna move on, right? We're gonna keep going. Eli, he found Hunter, right? He's telling Hunter that he wants to have a meeting with him. Hunter is basically paying Eli dust at this point. And then, Donald comes, right? And he's telling Donald, I want to talk to Hunter. And Donald is telling him to wait, right now is not a good time for Hunter because his piece of ASS is dead. Okay, whatever. But Eli says that he's not leaving until he has that talk with Victoria, Hunter, and Donald. So we see Richard, he pulled Sam to the side, right? And he's telling Sam everything that, Sharon told him about Kyle, kidnapping her, taking her to meet the president, saying he'll make her rich and offer her the apartment, right? Sam says to Richard that, this has gone all the way up. It's been all the way up, Sam. What the hell are we talking about? This is the president we're talking about, but okay. So Richard says, is that why you brought Bobby in? He says, Bobby? He's like, yeah, Bobby. He's like, I didn't bring Bobby in. He was like, but he was in the kitchen. He's like, he was? Yep, he was. So then we see Victoria. So Victoria, she's called Alan, right? And she's saying, I knew you. She said to him, I'm sorry for your loss. He's like, no, you're not. She says, I knew you couldn't do it. So are you saying that you did it? She says, are you coming in today? Because I want to give you a big hug. I would have told her, go to hell. Go hug a landmine. But he tells her, no, he's not coming in. All right, you guys. So let's keep going. So next up, let's talk about Richard. So Richard went into the kitchen where Priscilla is, right? Priscilla, she in there cooking up a meal. He tells her, Priscilla, stop. Mason will take care of that. She was like, I am not trying to kill that bitch. Like, if I wanted to kill the bitch, she wouldn't even eat the food. And the bitch says, well, the bitch doesn't believe you, because Victoria came in, right? I don't know why Victoria thinks that Priscilla is screwing her father. Girl, your father is on his deathbed. That man looked like he can't even get it up. even if you gave him a Viagra to pop, I really feel like if he got a Viagra, the Viagra would take him out before Priscilla could get on top of him. So, girl, go to hell. But Priscilla, I mean, not Priscilla, Victoria says that, she and the boy will be having breakfast, right? And then once, they're finished for breakfast, tell Sam that she would like to go on a run, just him and her. See, Victoria, when Priscilla beats your ass, you've asked for that ass whooping. So, girl, whenever she beats the out of you, just remember you asked for that old-fashioned ass whooping. I'm just letting you know that right now, Victoria. You've asked for this ass whooping. You keep with that woman. I really hope she beats her ass. So we're gonna pause here, you guys, and we're gonna wrap up the episode. Oh my God, you guys, why do they have Alonzo back on duty with Jason? My thing is, who did he told Sam about this, right? Why do y'all still have him on creepy Jason duty, right? So Jason is getting ready for breakfast, and Alonzo asks him, like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm getting ready for breakfast, right? So he's like, so are you gonna have to come with me? He says, yes. So they leave out, right? So then Priscilla is in the hallway, right? Jason tells Priscilla he wants something strong for breakfast, like some vodka or some tequila or something like that, right? She says, I can get you some orange juice. He says, yeah, put some alcohol in it. She says, no. And then in a strange turn of events, Jason decides that he wants to confess everything. I was like, that's very interesting. Why is he confessing? He confessed to killing Jean. He said he, repeated her, and he, owned her, right? I mean, he said his parents covered it up. I was like, oh my God. He literally confessed everything to Priscilla. After that, Priscilla went to the kitchen where Richard was, right? And she told Richard, he says, he told you that? She said, yes. So then we finally found out what it is with, Priscilla and with Richard, right? Now, why did I put this in my notes? Knowing damn well they didn't say no dang. So in my notes, I said that Priscilla and Richard are working with the FBI, but they're not working with the FBI. They're working with the CIA, right? So for years, they've been getting paid on the side by the CIA. Just, if they have any information about, I guess, any, president that's coming to the White House during their tenure there, if they have any information to give it to them, right? So Priscilla wants to give them the information about this shit with Jason. Richard, however, is saying, we can't do that. I'm like, why not? Okay, Richard, I was kind of confused as to why he said no. That didn't to me, it didn't really make a lot of sense, but whatever. So then we see Eli once again, right? So he is still adamant about seeing Hunter, right? Donald shows up and he says, I want to see the president. He's like, I've been the one going to all the cabinet meetings. He's like, don't tell him that. So Donald went in there to talk to, Hunter. Hunter is telling Donald that it was Victoria who unlived Ellie. No shit, Sherlock. We all know that, right? So Donald tells, Hunter that Eli wants to talk to him. Now here is where I got through for a goddamn on loop, right? The fact and the audacity that a Hunter wants to talk so much shit about Eli. He's stupid, he's this, he's that, he's da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, pot, meet kettle, because Hunter, you're an idiot. You're an idiot, you're a jerk, you're a Neanderthal, you are a slew of other things. Like, you're racist, because I really truly believe that Hunter's a racist. You can't tell me that Hunter is not a racist. Why is he so fixated on black women? So Victoria, he's like, well, you need to go get Victoria. So Victoria comes in and she's telling Donald that Priscilla needs to go. Then he tells them both that the vice president wants to talk to them, right? So the vice president does come in and they berate that man. I mean, they talk shit about him. And once again, we got Victoria with the hey girl stuff. I'm like, oh my God, are we gonna have to deal with this? Like, Tyler, you're literally rewriting Veronica Harrington at this point. You're literally rewriting Veronica. And At a certain point, I got annoyed with Veronica, and I feel like I'm gonna get annoyed with Victoria if we keep up with this stupid shit, right? But like I said, they were talking shit to him, talking about how dumb he is and he ain't got no balls. Well, Hunter, I believe he showed you who got some balls, right? Because the man told you, in no uncertain terms, he know that you did. You took out Diane, you took out Denise, you blew up that car. I'm like, damn. So how do you? Wait a minute. How do you know all of this stuff, right? If you and he said, you know, you ain't even been in office 100 days and you haven't done shit. I'm the one that goes to the cabinet meetings, and he said to him, I'm gonna give you an ultimatum. Either you resign or I'm going to the press with what I know. And I was like, I hope you gave somebody a file in case something happens to you. Really do, because your life is in jeopardy at this point. But that's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Leave your comments in the comment section below and subscribe to the channel. And hit that notification bell button so you guys are notified when I drop anything else. Share the video, you guys, and into the next one. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Remember, wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance, be blessed, you guys. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Bye.